Okay, guys, this was the app that I was building that I was talking of. It's an AI Copilot, Fraud Copilot. So, with this app, you're able to, it actually is there to help organizations to actually detect fraud in a timely manner. It's auditable and explainable with the help of AI tools. So, here I'm using DynamoDB, AWS Bedrock, and also I'm using just a second. I'm also using Tropic Cloud 3.5. So with the help of these tools, my app actually this is still a demo. This is still a demo. So let me begin to explain this properly. So here with the data set you are seeing right now, with these two data sets, actually I've downloaded it from AWS documents. So I'm currently using these two data set, and also right now I have selected the use AWS Dynamo if configured, like it's already configured. So that's what I'm currently using. So without the AWS configured, some of the functions wouldn't work because currently that's what I'm running the app on. When I choose this, everything also changes because of the data set. Meaning, when I choose all, right now I'm using the data set that I have uploaded. When I remove the data set and I choose this, you realize that everything also changes. So currently, with the DynamoDB, the data set you are seeing something that I created myself that I'm currently using. So let's begin from here. So you get to log in. When you click this, you get to log in as an analyst or a reviewer or auditor, depending on how you log in. If you log in as an analyst, you get to have full access to the app and try to analyze what is really going on, how what fraud happened, when it happened, why it was flagged by the AI, and at the same time, to the AI gives explain it to you why it was flagged immediately. But when you log in as an auditor, you are limited to certain things. You can clearly see this. Here is read only mode because as an auditor, you don't have access to certain things. To you. Your own is to just check audits to see that everything is in place, everything is right. So let's go back because I actually logged in as a leader, and as an analyst. Oh, just happened. Okay. So now that I'm logged in back as an analyst, you can say user is leader and then the role is analyst. It's clearly written here. And here I make sure like I wrote what I'm actually using, which is AWS Bedrock and DynamoDB. So here you get to select the minimum risk scores, which is also here. So depending on how what you want to focus on. Either is the risk action, the user ID, but I go with the risk because that's what right like that's the main focus. And also gets to set it to the ascending order. Per role, you get to decide how many roles you want to actually look at. So here, most of these things are being flagged. The risk level is very high, which is 0.91. Fraud probability was 88, which is quite high. And then action is for it to be reviewed because of the high risk level of the fraud. And then the case ID. So here you get to also select the particular case you want to really look into. So based on the selected case, you can generate the AI national or rational, sorry. So when you generate the AI rationale, it tells you everything that you need to know about the fraud, and you move on to the next place. So we have the government checks and all the other details that you need to actually be able to analyze what's really going on. Then you can also generate the national in-app language, like the particular language that you select. Don't forget I have a language selection here. I have a language selection here. So here, depending on the language you selected, it changes according to that. But don't forget, because I'm using AWS fully, some of the languages are not in place yet, but the French is working right now. Yeah. So right. So depending on the language you select, and everything will change according to that. And also you get the AI to explain it to you to tell what's going on. So so the AI. So it's actually also explaining to you what's really happening in the language that you understand. But at the same time, please bear in mind, because this is a demo, some of the things that I have implemented here before this app goes live will be changed to make it more flexible and better explanation and deeper explanation. So here, this way you get to add more fraud cases. Like you tend to update them, and then we tend to evaluate what's really going on. So currently, in terms of using the AWS Bedrock, DynamoDB, Poly, just a few softwares that I've been using, it's been great, honestly, and also actually challenging me in a lot of ways, because I actually never used some of these things. But when I started putting this app, I actually spent, I think I started somewhere in October, November, yeah, October, November, and every day I get a better idea, I get more understanding. I try to like add more features, and I know it's not about adding more features, but it's making it more real, more relatable, and also making sure that the app actually is able to solve the raw problem that it needs to solve. Because bear in mind, if you are coming up with an app and it's not there to solve any real world problem, it becomes difficult for people to use. So this app, the main focus of this app is for fraud detection. So you know how people they'll come onto your website, they will log in, payment, subscription, fake registrations, and all that. Most of the current companies, it's after the fraud has happened, before you get notified that this happened. But with this fraud detection, it's real time, and like immediately this happens, it's flagged. It doesn't give you like go on for days. No, within few seconds, it just flags it and lets you that this happening. You have to look at it. Yeah. So thank you, guys.